afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody around the world. And great, this is incredibly awesome. I just gonna let you guys know that this is an awesome, incredible event. And the way this event starts is that hey, this is an open event, so anyone can jump on, anyone can talk, anyone can say anything. So whoever invited you to this event, that's who you want to go back to. If we keep it clean, it'll be on a YouTube channel, so you guys can actually repeat it and get the replay and start it over again. So hey, and then awesome. Hey, this is the Talk with the Feliciano brothers. I'm Daryl, and this is Derek, and we only start our program one way and one way only, and we start off with Derek.
Before I get started, and I always do my program the same way, but I do have a question for Daryl. Daryl said you have to keep it clean. Why don't you elaborate what keep it clean means?
Hey, so we got to keep this thing super clean, meaning like, hey, if you're going to talk about anything with Corona, hey, that's probably not clean. How's that, guys, going on? Hey, if you guys don't talk about anything that's going to be against policy, to the United policy, hey, that's not clean either. If you guys do definitely want this program to help you guys teams out, you guys friends out, you guys families out, hey, if we keep it really on the now side of the line on the program, then we can actually put it back, broadcast it, and you guys can take it to your family and friends. Because maybe something our incredible speaker might say that you guys might want to share with your friends and family. And if you guys do, hey, let's keep this thing clean because it'll be awesome. Because this guy is totally incredible. He does come from another country. He's been here before in Hawaii. If you guys notice, we are in an awesome, beautiful island of Honolulu, Hawaii. And we're actually right now at the Ala Moana Hotel, just kind of enjoying the scenery from above, some floors up. And if you guys can see a little bit, that's where we're at right now on our balcony. So anyway, so let's start this program. Brother Derek.
Hello, everyone. So again, I do my programs about almost exact same way every time, no matter where I'm at, no matter what program I'm doing. I want us to do this the right way. So I ask everyone, if you guys have some water, bring your guys water up to the top. We're going to do a toast.
So hope you guys got water out there. Just about water.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over here.
Oh, hey, we really got the speaker.
So I do this the same way every time. So everybody who got water, we're going to go ahead and do a little toast. Aloha to water.
Woo!
See, it's my bedtime, so I didn't drink any water, so I just wanted to make sure, like, that it's my bedtime.
I was going to let the whole show a view of where he's at right now in a few minutes. But I want to tell everybody the reason why I do that. There's two really important reasons why I do that. I truly believe that water is that important. If we're going to toast to anything, we should be toasting to water. Water is life, and water is a vital part of what we do and how we do whatever we do. He included everything we touch has water in it. So I want to toast it to the most powerful thing on earth, and it is water. And the best thing about this is that we have the best water, or the only water.
Exactly.
Now, the second reason why I do this is that, reason why this is I truly believe that water, that when we're on this program, when we're doing this 45-minute program, that we're a 45-minute on our program, or however long our special speaker speaks with us, I want you to understand something. If I could give anything to anybody, I would like to give them a gift, and the gift would be to drink water. Let your body, because I truly believe that our body is 75% water, and water will replace our body fluids. But second, water will actually fix our body. Can you guys hear me out there?
Just thumbs up. You guys can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Thumbs up. Oh, awesome.
Okay, so you guys hear me? So I truly believe that water is a vital part of our, replace our body fluids. And the second thing is it actually fixes our body. So while we're on this program, I love to watch all you guys drink water. So I know you guys got the gift of drinking water, but more important, the gift of helping your body repair itself. So
that is awesome. Totally incredible, guys. So we both will bring up in this incredible speaker. Hey, so for me, this guy, I'd say now 5 or 6 years ago. Got to meet this incredible guy. This guy's actually put a little twist into our lives, made us start thinking about what we're doing. This guy came up to on the islands out here. We actually invite him to what we call a Waikiki Super Saturday that we do every year, and it's happening this year too. As we're speaking, it's still happening. And so I know there's a lot of stuff happening on the islands, but we are still going to host on a Waikiki Super Saturday. This guy came out here, and he was invited out here. He has an incredibly beautiful wife. He's totally handsome. This guy's put some different spin into our lives, started talking about what to do and how to do stuff. Things they taught us 5, 6 years ago. We put it into our business, our organization, our family, our time. But the crazy thing is that's probably why we're doing this right now. Because what they told us one day after our Super Saturday, we just sat down with them in a bar that you barely could hear anything. We were trying to talk over the sounds of some football game, probably was like a Seahawks game or something. And so we actually was sitting down there telling, and he was just telling us, hey, you know what? Maybe you guys should actually put like a team meeting to help your teams out. I said, wow, that's pretty interesting how that works, because he actually taught us that, and then we actually do it online now. That's pretty awesome. But this guy, he's been here 5 years, been helping us wee hours in the morning to make our programs. He's totally incredible. He has so much incredible wisdom. He's got his own program, 2020. How it goes? What is it? I don't have it in my ear now. 2020. Yeah. It's our YouTube channel, and it's 2020. I don't remember what the rest was, but
sorry, guys. My demo?
No, you have a YouTube channel right now, right? What is that? Yeah, you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, the world of hydration.
There you go, the world of hydration, exactly. And look it up. That's awesome. But this guy actually come out of his time, his patience. We've been having fun traveling with this guy and his wife. They actually put a big in our heart so much. But to watch them work as they're here on vacation or here on anywhere they're doing, they just work so good together. We know that he's follow up and follow through what we really, really want to teach you guys. So definitely, I'm going to leave it to Derek to bring him up some more.
Well, and this guy, for me, is very, very special. I truly believe that what we do in life is not about us. It's about our kids and our grandkids and maybe even their grandkids. And fortunately for me, the gentleman that I'm going to bring up, he had sparked us. He did the first demo to my daughter and her friends, and I sparked a 6A out of that, or sparked a business person. And through that program, through Roger and Sabina, I'm grateful to what they've done, because I not only can build a global business, but I also have my family and probably more importantly, my own legacy to move forward. So thank you to an amazing guy who doesn't live in America. For those of you guys who are watching, he is from Canada, and I want to say he's in BC right now. And he has he just showed us his amazing video. I'm not going to do it for you guys, but he just showed us where he's at. And the sun is still, look, it's still, that's his view every night, and you can see the moon there. And he's going to bring to us a very, very important equation. While I'm traveling, and my texts and my phone calls, I always get these: how do I close the sale? How do I get someone to sign that piece of paper? And Roger and Sabina has been amazing at what they do, and he gave us the green light that he would actually do a little education on our program, the Brothers Feliciano Talk, and he's going to help all of us learn how to have an amazing clothes.
Exactly, dude. Let's bring up Roger. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. And again, thank you again for you guys, bringing me on, and I'm more than appreciative for doing this for you guys again. Like, you guys are like family for sure now. And at a drop of a dime, I'm there, and Sabina's there as well for you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
you can.
Okay. So what I want to do, I want to do something a little different. I want it to be like I would have my distributor meeting at my team. Okay, so I'm going to like show you what how my closing process is, but I'm also, because there's so much, that's what we're talking about is closing. And there's so much stuff online that you could educate yourself very easily on how to close. But I believe that the water business is a total different beast altogether. And as we go along, and how I'm going to do this is, if you have any questions about how your problems you may be having with closing or whatever, like type it in or wait till after, and we'll open up some questions and answers. And that I feel is always like the most powerful in these kind of meetings, to be able to, maybe if you had a hard time closing someone, or you know, like what the sequence, what would I do and what would maybe the brothers do with this, I think would be powerful too. And then we all like feed off each other. So, and just to let you know, today's a pretty rough day for me, because 7 years ago I went to Ontario, which is like almost above New York, in Canada, and I did a presentation for my aunt. And my aunt did nothing but laugh and joke around during my presentation. And I showed with my heart, and I showed her even the before and afters of my dad with his cancer, where he had a complete flip around. And so my point is that you won't be able to close everybody. So even with me, you know, with my heart on my sleeve, giving my presentation, my aunt laughed at me. And today, she succumbed to her cancer. She had tumor in her liver, and they pulled it out, and then the cancer enveloped her. She was on a breathing apparatus, and they just stopped it. So today I lost my aunt, and I feel it was because of I couldn't close, and she was too blinded by not wanting to see what I had to offer her. That's basically what it was, right? So you cannot always think that you're going to be able to close everybody, and that's just the way it is. And the big thing with me, with how I got enlightened, I was giving a presentation. I think we were about 2 years in, Sabine and I. And we were in our basement, we were doing our presentation, and I give my story, and then I do the demo. And I used to go full out with my story, right? Like the Gulf War and my post-traumatic stress, my migraines, everything else. And this little old lady sitting in the front row said to me, well, that's all fine and dandy with what happened to you, but what's it gonna do for me? So that told me right there that I didn't know enough about her to be able to do my presentation about her instead of making it about me. And that's kind of like where, even though the presentation was always about them, but the story and the presentation was mainly what happened to me, and this is how life-changing the water could be, right? So then that was like a trigger for me to, okay, now the key is to be able to learn about the person that's in front of your face. And that starts the close. The close starts the immediate day you meet that person for the first time. So you could actually, if you want to write it down, go ahead. So number one, initial contact and building rapport is like number one. So you got to think of yourself like you're on a date, or you see that woman across, or that woman or man across the room, and you say, I need to meet that person right there. So what do you do? So you have to now go ask questions, right? So the whole point is, when you're initiating any kind of contact, is you're asking a lot of questions. And what happens is, the more you ask questions and they answer, they begin to trust you right away. When you ask them questions, and not to the point where it's like, okay, what's your diabetic thing? You're not asking health stuff at all right away. But you're basically asking about the person, what they do, and whether they'd want to hook up for a coffee later on. So really, the closing starts day one. Instead of thinking of it, okay, now I've gone through this whole process, they've been on the water, they've seen a demo, now I got to close them. No, your closing started the day you met that person. And now that was the big thing with Sabina and I, is when Sabina was the good person to go to networking events and everything else and actually initiate them coming for water or coming for a demo. And what she would do is tell me everything about that person, because she's a really good listener and she has them kind eyes, and people just like to just tell her everything, right? And so she'd say, okay, this person here, their mom died with diabetes, and they have a history of certain diseases in their family. So then as they're coming for water, we're finding out more and more information. So it's the same thing like when you're meeting your person now, you've met them, now you're going out for a coffee. The coffee is just there for friendship. You're not trying to sell them nothing. Because like for me, as soon as I sense somebody's trying to sell me something, I shut down. That's it. I don't want nothing to do with you. All you see me as is a dollar sign. Like you're just trying to get cash out of me. That's just the way I am. And I know a lot of people are too. You go into a car dealership, you see the salesman coming at you, you run away because you don't want to be sold anything right away. You're just looking. So that's basically what happens, right? So the number 2 is you're understanding and discovering their needs. So that's number 2, you're discovering their needs. So what are their needs? So you could be asking questions, and it's nothing to say that they don't even know what you do yet. So what is it? You're asking them, okay, so, how's your family? Like, what do you do for a living? Do you make enough money? It's okay to ask, and I would say stuff like, holy cow, like here in Canada, our cell phone bills are so extreme, man. And oh yeah, they are. And it's like, they're hard to afford. As soon as they say that, okay, check. I've checked it off in my brain that they're concerned about money. And then the next one is like, like I'm vegan now, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe how expensive it is for fruits and vegetables. And they go, yeah, I know. So you're getting them to agree with you, and what's your history with that? Do you just go in the middle aisles, or do you go outside? That's where the expensive stuff is, right? On the outside. So then I'm finding out questions about that, but I'm not attacking right away, and then, how's your family and everything else? Oh, my aunt just died of cancer, or she just found out she has cancer. And I said, yeah, I know. 1 in 2 males get cancer, 1 in 3 females nowadays, and everything else. We're just fed all this stuff that creates oxidation, so I'm plugging in words into it. Oxidation. People are trying to be more alkaline nowadays. I'm not saying nothing, but I'm imprinting stuff into the conversation, and they are just agreeing. Yeah. So, okay, awesome. It's so nice talking to you. Like we should hook up another time. Let's have another coffee break or whatever. So the next one is number 3. You're now at the next coffee, or they're at the next water fill up. This is why I love the water fill ups every 3 days, is because that's my discovery. I'm learning about the person all the time, and I'm also saying, when you get a machine, you'll be able to do this. When you get a machine, you'll be able to do that. And I'm showing them stuff. So number 3 is offer a solution. And the key here is when you're sitting down with them and you say, hey, how's it going? Everything else. And you remember when you said that your aunt had it got diagnosed with cancer, and like the fruits and vegetables are so expensive now, and you're worried about the cell phone bills and the Wi-Fi, and 5G's coming at us. Do you remember saying that? Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm still pissed off about it. I said, okay, if I could offer you a solution that would kind of help you in those regards and alleviate some of that pain, would you be open to it? And then shut up. Don't say another word. Don't say anything like you're trying to sell again. Don't say anything, because that 4 or 5 seconds is going to have them thinking, and now they have to answer. Because you've just rammed off 3 or 4 things that you were paying attention to them. They're aware that you care about them, right? Enough to remember all the stuff that they had going. And so now, are they open to a solution for that? And then as soon as they say, yeah, I'd like to learn more. Okay, great. You know, my buddy Daryl, he's having a presentation, you know, and we could just go over to his house. He's open, you know, like this amazing thing. There's no pressure. There's no nothing. And all we offer is a solution to maybe what you have. The key now is when you arrive with your distributor, remember, you're closing all the time. You're going to go privately to Daryl and say, listen, Daryl, I got my buddy here. His aunt just got diagnosed with cancer, and they're having some money issues. So what's Daryl going to do? He's going to know in his presentation now, there are going to be trigger words for him to remember how to hit certain parts of the presentation. And it's not like he's going to point out the person or whatever, but he's going to make sure that they hear him and they're not in the bathroom. They're not doing anything. They're making sure they're in the room when he says it, because right away they'll perk up, because a lot of times they're like asleep, you know, especially in Hawaii, everybody wants a nap. But that's one of the big things. So now you're actually, they're paying attention now, and now you're actually into the close now. This is what's happening. You're into the closing of the thing. And
hey, I want to say something. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I add to that deal? You know, in the beginning when I first started, I just thought that was natural. That you would just tell the speaker that what you just told him, like what your client is looking at and what he's looking for, and you know, and as I been growing in this business, I realized that the speaker might not understand what we're talking about right now as we're talking, because there's a lot of you guys right now on that do the demo, and your speaker might not understand this at all. Because there's a lot of people besides on our team that's on this call, and so this is a good conversation with the person you're working with, the mentor you bringing people to. You should have this conversation because they might not understand this. I remember early part of our program that we had told somebody, hey, he's into this and this and this, and he goes, yeah, no, I got my program. And I was like, wow, okay. And he never talked about it. And I was like, oh, you know, I mean, you guys got to talk to your mentor still to say, and you guys are doing the demo for you. This time you're going to, you know, talk to them and tell them what you just said, because that makes so much sense. Because I always want that. If someone comes to me and tell me what's going on, and I will drive minds to help them to drive my program number. My program can change left or right all day long without a blink of an eye. But I would actually want to help more than anything else.
Yeah, and I suggest the same thing with my team with three-way calls. I want that phone call well beforehand of who I'm going to be doing a three-way call with, because I want to know everything about that person. Everything that you know, I want to know, so that when I get on the call and they're asking questions about the machine or whatever, I know what parts to hit in how I want to talk about the water or the business or whatever. It's like anything else. It's the same thing, you know, like you're going to hit little trigger points that are going to perk that person. And I don't want them to know that you've already talked to me. You know, like this is their initial is with this three-way call. So that's the important part. And it's the same with doing the follow-up. So, okay, so that number 4 is the handling objections now and closing the sale. Okay, so number 4, handling objections. And this is the beauty part, because I would suggest that you guys watch Jordan Belfort's straight line persuasion. Get that. If you don't have it there, I could like send you a Dropbox link, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And what it is it's looping around and keeping on a straight line with staying in context. Because what happens a lot of times is when they're coming for water or whatever, they come over and you're not talking at all about the water and the benefits, or you're talking about freaking, you know, the pineapples falling from the trees and everything else, the coconut, you know, not pineapples falling from the trees, you know what I mean. But, you know, you're talking about everything else but the water, you know? And so, Cecilia?
Just drop a Dropbox and we'll send it to her. Give us a Dropbox of what it is.
But what it does is, okay, their objection is, yeah, you know, I'm not sure, you know, I see the benefit, everything. So then what are you doing right away? Well, you know, it's a company since 1974, right? They've been developing, you know, it's a medical device in Japan. You know, like, you know, it's got a 30-year life expectancy, and then you wait. And then, yeah, but, you know, it costs a lot. Well, you know that there's a referral program. There's also, you know, easy financing. So it's very easy to be able to afford one of these. And actually, once you have the machine on the counter, it starts paying you back right away with all the money it saves you. So actually, you're losing money right now not having that machine on the counter. So see, I'm looping back, and I'm not trying to sell, but I'm actually building the value of the machine as I go along, right? And again, if the cost, okay, well, the 11.5 gets rid of all your degreasers and, you know, detergents and everything else, so you're saving money there. Okay, so that's the big thing, is handling them objections easily and knowing the answers. And if you don't know the answer to something, get somebody on the phone right away, you know, or say, hey, I'll get you that answer right away. I know it's easy, I just can't think of it right now, but I'll talk to the person who got me in the machine. They'll be able to answer that right away. Okay, so that's really easy, and it's just looping back around and getting them back motivated. But remember, every time they're coming for water, I'm telling them, when you get your machine, you'll be able to do this. When you get your machine, I'm getting a machine. I'm getting a machine. You know, it's just getting locked right in, right? So number 5 is the best part with us, is the follow-up. And see, people see the whole sales process with any other thing. It has to happen within the 3 or 4 days or the 21 days. It all depends on the person, you know, like, I can't do it in 21 days. Well, that's the beauty of our machine and our water, is you could have as many follow-ups with people every 3 days you want. You know, and that's just solidifying not only the sale, but it's solidifying the friendship and the family you're creating with that person, because they're starting to trust you, they're starting to love you, and you're letting them try the 11.5 and 2.5, you know, like, this is the follow-up, you know, like them coming over for the water or you going to drop it off. So I love even having people on more than 21 days, because that shows me that they love the water and they're staying beyond that time frame, right? And that's, again, the good part. Okay, so that's basically what it is, and answering any other questions they might have. And it's too easy to say something like, you know, like, out of 10 being you're ready to buy, 1 is you never want this machine, you don't even know why you're drinking it. You know, where are you on the sales process? What else do you need to know about this machine or this company? And a lot of people want to go see the office. You know, like, they want to see that it's a thriving business. It's not some pyramid scheme, MLM. They want to see the office, that it's thriving, the people around there, you're creating a family. Especially the Asians, they need to see the office. It's just the way it is with them, right? Okay.
I don't know about that now.
Oh.
The new now.
Is your office open?
Is your office open?
Yeah.
Yours is.
Yeah.
I would just like to think about it.
Well, look at you guys. I'd be afraid to open up anything too. Look, somebody down there has got no mask on.
That's $500.
you know, a little bit getting back on. I want to back up a little bit on what you was talking about, like doing the loop. I used to tell my friends and my teams that, hey, you know how you know you'll be successful is when your friends and your family says, oh, that's how you talk about it, the business of the machine. It's a crazy thought how that works. If your family's saying that, you are going to be huge in this organization. You're going to be huge in Enagic. And you're going to help thousands and thousands of people around the world because you are doing something right. If you're talking about the water, talking about how it's helping people you, how it's saving you, that loop you just did, if you are doing that loop, you are going to be super successful in this business. I know that because that's how they said they thought I talked about. That's all I did.
Yeah.
But not there's no but to it. That's what it is. It's if you keep talking about it and helping people, you'll be successful. Totally. I mean, right? That's what I believe because I know. I mean, I know it personally.
And I when I looked at what I was going to do even tonight, like I've been doing this for years without any kind of training because I mean you're trying to close people all the time, whether it's supper or a movie or whatever. You're trying to close people. Sabina, all she has to do is say carrot cake. She's sold. That's it. We're gonna go for carrot cake.
Now we know.
But that took you a while, right, to learn that?
What? Which part? The carrot cake?
Carrot cake, yeah.
Yeah. To stop going.
It's a good carrot cake. It's ready to go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I do. But again, I'm the thing is, remember, you're there to be friends. You're there to build a family. You're not there to just sell a machine, because if you are, you're not going to do well because people are going to see that, you know. And I know with all the Hawaii people, man, you guys are so like giving and caring and everything else. And I think that's where it has to be. So just like us Canadians, we're a little bit too caring and sharing and, you know, patient. But I mean, I think that just builds a bigger, longer lasting family with that.
Absolutely. The word you said was probably important was longer lasting. The word lasting is really key there. The people that we bring on board in this industry is not about just us. It's about it's for generations to come. I mean, that's that, you know, super sad. I mean, one of our team meetings, they just said that the legacy that we put I hope that, well, not I hope, I know that people would like to know their great-great-grandparents. And if I ask you the same question, do you know what your great-great-grandparent was known for? Most people will say something, or maybe not too much. I would like my kids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids to know me because of what we did on this earth and what the impression we put back in people's lives. And we have the opportunity through this business, through this an amazing company that allowed us to handle that.
And awesome friends like you to make that possible, like what we're doing right now. It wasn't for you, this probably wouldn't be here as we're talking. I mean, we're definitely out of our comfort zone all the way through it too. We have a setup. I know we're in Moana. Well, we have lights, we have timers, computers all over this place, and it monitors. It's like the craziest thing, and we just mobilize the whole thing to come here so we can actually be here and do this program. And you know, it's when you come back, if it when you see what's happening, you're gonna be amazed of the technology that we put forward in this program. We're gonna blow our Waking Super Saturday so it's gonna be like the most explosive event anybody ever went to in an object, and it's gonna be so awesome because awesome people like you.
We did this for you. We did this for you so you can. You know, we wanted you to see Waikiki.
You know, that's where I stay. That's why.
That's why we did that.
I see myself walking on the sidewalk 2 or 3 times already.
That's why we did it. So we wanted you to feel comfortable at home. So let's get back to closing. So your idea of closing is actually amazing because that's a true closing. And I like your third part, your third equation. is that not to say anything, and you ask the question, and you know, I think you said shut up or to be quiet, but the reality is ask the question and just sit there. And it was interesting that you said 3 to 4 seconds. I just want to impose on people who are listening to this. If you really want to understand what he means by 3 or 4 seconds, get a watch and go to the bathroom or go to a quiet spot and put your watch on the table and set it for 1 minute, just 1 minute, and see how long that is. 1 minute feels like forever. And that really is part of the closing process. If you understand that equation, the other person across you has to say something. And, about 10 years ago, I went to a program and they said, the person who talks first might lose. So you might want to just wait, maybe a minute or two. But you need to feel how long that really is. Roger said it was 3 to 4 or 5 seconds. Sometimes that could be a minute. And when you feel that, then you understand what I'm talking about. But practice that. That's sit there for a quiet minute and see how long that really is. Yeah.
That 3 or 4 seconds will feel like a minute. It will.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially if you're so used to talking and overhyping everything. Like we have so many, like you guys know, we have a lot of people that know a lot of stuff about this water.
Right.
Yet when they're in front of somebody, they just don't shut up. Like they just, and you flood the other person with so much information, they're going to run away. They just run away, or they buy and say, leave me alone, don't bug me again.
Right. Yeah. So you're so true. That's an amazing closing point. You started off by saying listening. There's so many closing courses. I'm gonna say that. I hope I say that right. There's so many closing courses, but the reality is that Roger's right. He said listening. You need to find programs on how to listen, not just to hear, but actually to listen. Those are two different things. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of stuff out there, but you have to always apply it to this water. Like that's the trick, right? There's a lot of things that are selling low dollar things, like $20 items that you could get on another MLM scheme because it's too easy to get into. So yeah, you could, what was the thing again?
Listening and hearing is two different things.
Yeah.
So when you listen.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
That was good setup too. That was awesome. It's a fun for you. So listening is really important. You got to get that and there's a lot of courses out there about that. It's probably mundane. Probably a listening course that I took was I struggled through it the first 2-3 times, and then after about the 3rd or 4th time that I finally started understanding what I got to be doing. And yeah, the listening part is such a big equation, and you started out from the first. You meet the person every 3 days. That listening is such an important equation. If you're not listening, if you're just handing water to them or you're just talking, you won't be able to hear what they're saying. You won't be able to use the information the next time you see them in 3 days. The next time you see them in 6 days, 9 days, and so forth.
It'll be like this. It'll be like, hey, tell Sabina thank you for the water.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. No, that's true.
No. You have water now suddenly.
Oh, my water?
Hey, we couldn't close earlier, but
I know. I went and got it when he kept talking about water. Sabina's on a 60-foot boat anchored down in a bay catching prawns.
Nice.
With her parents, like for a week and a half. Yeah.
Well, I hope she brings some home to you.
I'm vegan.
Oh
Oh,
no, yeah,
oh,
you totally
oh.
being it. Not
I hope she brings some pictures for you to see, at least.
does
Right.
she eat? Does she eat prawns? Or she's
Oh yeah,
vegan?
yeah. She's vegetarian, so she'll eat
Vegetarian.
fish. Yeah.
I feel proud that you're drinking water throughout the program. I hope all you guys are still drinking water. And, I'm encouraging everyone to keep drinking water throughout this program because I want you guys to feel better. I want you guys to have the opportunity for your body to feel good.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Exactly.
so back to the straight line thing. The other thing there is, you gotta, if you watch the videos careful, he swears like crazy because he's actually the Wolf of Wall Street. If you ever watch that movie with
Yes.
DiCaprio,
Yeah, yeah.
that's actually who he was. Like, he went to prison, but now he's learning he's teaching his system.
Ah.
But I mean, he's got a couple stories in there that are just amazing. But the whole point of the straight line now, so it's totally different, is that when they're coming for water and they start going away from that line, the point is to stay as close to the line as possible because that's closing the sale all the time. As soon as it starts veering off, it's like, oh my God, I went surfing today. The guy's putting his feet up. Oh, tell me all about it. So then you're only talking about the surfing that day or whatever. You have to be open and honest with yourself to say, is this making me a sale right now? You got to say, okay, well, yeah, anyways, back to the water, like this beauty water, like whatever you want to talk about, you got to get the conversation back to the important stuff as fast as possible, because it's also going to show that you care about them,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
That's nice. We could talk about surfing every freaking day of the week, but now that you're in this house and then getting the water, we have to be talking about that. I love you and everything, but back to the machine now. And once they have their jugs and going into the car, talk about surfing, talk about whatever,
I like that.
So on the same point is another story that he'll share with you is he was going in to get a special Porsche, like the 4-door Porsche, that Panorama or whatever it is, right? So he went into the car salesman to go get this Porsche. He really wanted this special Porsche. And the guy would not sell him the Porsche. He just kept telling story after story and says, well, like, I just want this Porsche. Why don't you sell it to me? And then the guy kept telling stories. So he pretty much said, F you, that's it. You're not going to sell me? Then fine. He left. And then he went and bought another Porsche from another dealer. But the guy was going to sell it. Instead of telling stories and trying to be the friend, the guy wanted to buy. So you sell it to him, There's nothing else you have to do. So the guy kept telling stories. So if the people are coming to you and you're talking about everything else but that machine, they're there for the water as well. They're there for that machine as well. So talk about the machine. Okay? So another point.
I like those points. It's good.
You know what? I have a question for you on that point right there. I know that we're doing closing the sale, but I was just thinking about how to help how to help the teams, higher.
How's that?
Higher. Sure.
Keep talking. Don't worry about the
There you
camera.
go.
Focus.
Is how do your teams who have your teams who are part of your team already, and you're talking to them, your friendship first for sure. That way they know that you're not all about the sell, but definitely like how he just talked about is that trying to help them understand what they have.
Well, that's just the key, right? Whether what they have or what they're going to have, you're selling it on how it's going to improve them, right?
Yeah.
It's how is it going to help them? How's it going to help their aunt, their uncle, their dog? People will buy machines just because of their dog.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, how is it going to help them? So how can I help them help other people? And it's really, again, about showing that you trust, you love them, and you want the best for them. And they just buy out of that, because now they trust you because you care about them. You've answered all their questions, and you made sure that you put their health a priority in this.
Exactly.
So that's the biggest things, right?
Exactly. Totally. I'm in. I wanna buy one. Can I buy one? I want to buy one.
That's
Well,
it.
one more.
He wants you to sign on the dotted line.
I'll
He doesn't
sign.
want you to
Where do we
buy.
sign on your dotted line? I'll sign on yours.
That's it. Let's do it.
All right.
So
So
if we got any other questions there from your team there, you know, just
Yeah, so I'm sure. Well, yeah, I'm sure. No, Jen. Actually, Jen will jump on. Jen, can you jump on? Are you on, Jen?
So this is the time.
Jen, are you
because
open up, Jen? You can ask questions.
This is the time when you guys want to start asking questions, or when it is a scenario that maybe you guys can see, you guys want to walk through. We're here to help as much as possible. We know one thing, the water world is challenging because of what the water world has become. So we're here to try to help and try to give some less pressure and alleviate some of those some questions you guys have, so we can at least help you guys right now.
yeah.
So I don't know if anyone's typing in or I can.
Hold on, where?
They're doing something. Hang on. There. While they're working on that, Roger, why don't you let us tell me can you
Hello?
tell me a closing story that you've done that you're proud of?
I think my best one is my fastest one, and then my life-changing one. So I've got two really big ones where someone was just given to us by another distributor. She could have took him, but she actually sent him to us. And he had cancer, and he had a tumor the size of 2 golf balls.
Oh my.
You know, and I mean, once he seen the presentation, it was lights out, and he made sure that he drank a gallon of water every day. And we opened the doors for him. I think it was 3 months. It was like, no matter what, every 2 days he was coming
Wow.
for 3 gallons, right? And he was drinking it all. And we also, just so you guys know, is that whenever somebody has an issue like that, we give them the box of Ukon
Oh,
as,
nice.
as a
Yes.
booster as well, right? So we not only get the hydration and the antioxidant levels up that way with the hydrogen, but also penetrate with the turmeric and the curcumin, right? So it's powerful that way.
Nice.
But I mean, his not making any claims or anything, but the doctor stormed into his room and asked him what he was doing after the surgery, because he actually had to get a piece of his intestines cut out. And the doctor was pretty mad at him. He goes, "What have you been doing?" He goes, "Nothing. I'm just trying to get better here."
All right.
And he says, no, what have you been doing? It was nothing. He goes, well, why? He goes, well, because when I first did the checkup on you, the scan, your tumor was the size of 2 golf balls. And when I took it out the other day, it was the size of a quarter in 3 months. So, and they've gone on, and they're almost 6'8" now, and they're 75, you know, years old,
Wow. Wow.
you know. And really, they have no team, but basically they've got over 115 sales, but most of it's just them renewing Ukons, really.
Oh,
But
really? Wow.
but I mean, they're sweethearts, and we still go over to the island. They're on Vancouver Island, and we go do
Great. I love
demonstrations
that.
for
Yeah.
them. You know, and my favorite one, because it's my fastest one, is I was filling up 3 jugs for someone else who had issues. And I did a complete demo, because I used to, on my cupboards, I'd have the pH chart, oxidation, and the hydration levels. So I'd almost have my own little PowerPoint on my my cupboards,
Wow. Okay.
all taped up, right? So then as I'm going, the jugs just filled, and I did the pH, the ORP, the everything, all in one shot as 3 jugs filled. And he had a pen in his hand before I put the cap on the 3rd bottle. Never tried the water before, and he bought that fast.
Hey, what he just said is very, very important. Now, I love the idea that he sold a machine to somebody who wants the medical device or wants the amazing machine that we have. But what he said was really, really well. I hope you guys caught what he said. What he said was, on his kitchen cupboard, he had the ORP, the hydration, and also the pH on his cupboard. So you have to imagine that if you had it on your cupboards every day, guess what you would see? You would see hydration. You would see the pH. You would see the antioxidant. You would actually have visualized that every day that you went to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's an amazing statement without even telling us what he did. I hope you guys take that and run with that idea. Visualization in our eyes, going to our brain, actually makes things happen in front of you. Exactly. To get a sale out of this, just because that's like a
yeah. And most people are afraid to even have the machine on the counter, right?
Oh, right. If you're in this business and you want to be, wait, hang on. If you're in this business and you want to help other people, I'm not saying to go 6A. I'm not saying to go 6A2. If you're in this business to create a legacy for your family, then you should have it on your cupboards. Because I promise you this right then. Knowing Roger, you've affected your family and massive other families around. And I know his organization a little bit, but I'll tell you right now, if you can do what he just said he did, that's such powerful right there. That alone is worth everything for this conversation right now.
I want to add something on that. That if you thinking about,
okay, so you like that one. Behind me, where I stood filling jugs, was another piece of paper on my cupboard. And you know what it said?
What?
Your 30-day trial is ending soon. Let me show you how to get a machine. Every day they're looking at that.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly what you want.
So you know, like how you're thinking as this program going today, you guys are thinking about this. How do I keep the thing keep going in circles? How to keep talking about it? He just answered it. If you guys are sharing water somewhere, you guys should have that on the walls. That'll help you help yourself teach other people. It's like super easy math right there. It's right there. The answer you're looking for is right there. Go get a PowerPoint, not a PowerPoint, just go take some pictures of it, blow it up, and take it to Costco, blow it up, and put them on your walls. It's not that hard. If you go to my room, it looks like that all over the whole room.
Just a second. I'll show you something.
Folks, for you guys who are watching this program, remember now, Sabina and Roger both have amazing organizations. They are very, very amazing leaders.
When they come for water, I have this ready for them right away. It's like, it's ready. So I've got the whole ORP. I've got that. Like, I'm ready to rock and roll right away. And on my counter, I have the demo set up. So it's set up for, like, all I have to do is fill up the Kangen water and the tap water, and I'm ready to rock.
Now I want to make sure for those of you guys who are watching, and you know, everyone's like, you know, there's a set of you guys out there that is like, I am all in and I am ready to help the world. And then there's a few of you guys who are like, I am ready, but my house isn't ready. So remember now, Roger started from one area and he's where he is at right now. Putting something on the cupboards is for you. Right. Putting something on the wall for your guests is for your guests. What he's doing right now, he's got a clipboard. He's ready. He's a purple clipboard, a dark blue clipboard. He's ready to do a presentation right then and there. Remember now, he is ready to help anybody that comes to get water. When you're giving water out, give water out, stay on a straight line, but follow Roger's techniques are amazing. Like I said a second ago when you walked away, both Roger and Sabina have amazing organization because they're amazing leaders. They're not amazing managers, they're amazing leaders. So, you know, and you can actually follow it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people will do what you do. That's the thing is it,
exactly.
And the other note is like I myself we had to learn along the way too, because we got too scientific, or it got too much of the Roger story. So I had to tone it down, right? So you're learning as you're adapting all the way. But again, I've got this stuff set up, and I'm 10 years in. That's the thing. You know, it's not like I'm just wanting to get our team going and then sit back and, you know, enjoy what I've created. No, it like the things on the wall are nice, but it just shows me the amount of lives that I've helped. That's all that is to me. You know, so the more I could just keep building and helping people's lives, it's like you guys, I have no association with anybody on your team, but I just love doing what I'm doing and telling my story and sharing, because you guys show me the same respect that I think is deserved, right? So that's the thing.
All day
I have
long.
no problem with helping people that show me that they're like me, you know?
So I know this program's coming to a close, but before the program comes to a close, I know there's a lot of stuff we gotta do, couple things we gotta do. But I wanted to start an awesome story because it's just really on my mind right now. That I was sitting at a hotel. I think a Zoom call, and we're doing a Zoom call right now. I think 2017, we was in a hotel and we was doing a Zoom call, and we was talking, and probably the whole entire hotel could hear us. It was like totally amazing. Like, everybody and the neighbors could hear us talking. It was, I don't know, it was some kind of Zoom call early in the morning, and uh, I'm just looking forward right now. That was 2017. Um, if you're doing what Roger's talking about and just stay consistent, it'll be super huge in 6 months, in 12 months. 2017 was a while ago. Today, just looking at what we're doing right now is totally out of our comfort zone, but so if we quit, then we never had this opportunity to do what we're doing right now. So each and every one of you guys, it's just taking like one step at a time. And you tell people about how do you eat an elephant? People goes, what? No, I mean, like real. How do you really eat an elephant? Really, one bite at a time. Because if you do one bite at a time and do what Roger just talked about, just even putting posters up so you can just see with your own eyes, start talking a little bit, start adding it just one bite at a time, it'll be incredibly awesome. Yeah, especially in the now. Right now, you just don't know what the future's showing. I know what my future's showing. It's the craziest thing. It's going to be incredibly awesome because I'm dragging all you guys with me. All you guys. So it's going to be awesome. There's a lot of new things coming down the chute. So I'm just telling you, just a little of something to just consistently do something in this business. You keep growing, and so I know that getting close to this time. Are there any questions? Yeah. You know what? I, there's a small questions. Most questions are that. So the question was
iPhone had a question. 30-day trial's ending soon. What else did I say? Your 30-day trial is ending soon. Let me show you how to get a machine today, is what I had on my wall.
and anything that we got today by through my ears says everything's so clean that it might be posted by in how many days? In about within this week, it'll be posted on. Is it called Top Team Hawaii Talk Show? What's it called? It's Top Team Hawaii YouTube brand new channel. Everything that we had been doing for the last, oh my God, since March to now, since April, since April, we've actually got the guys working night and day to put this together. It is up and running right now, as what you're telling me in my ear. But definitely this program, as it's clean, they're telling me it's clean, it'll be up within the week. So anything he said, you guys can go back and listen to. But you know what is more incredible than that? These guys has worked so hard that they made a beginning to the program. And it's so cool. It's a pretty awesome. I already seen it already. This water comes down. Roger pops up. It's his name all over this thing. It's pretty cool.
But he doesn't get to see it?
Yeah, you get to see it in a couple. He didn't see it yet, but in a couple of days.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah.
What is it called again? Top Team what? Top Team Hawaii. Just make sure I'm saying it right. Top Team Hawaii YouTube channel is up and live. So if you guys saw something in the past, you guys really want to see, if it was clean, it'll be on it. How's that? Pretty cool. Right on. Say again? Sorry.
You know, technology has
He has a
it has its bonuses and its plus and it has its minuses.
It's
So,
like
you know,
it's
Live
like
in
watching all these stand-ups doing their home shows now, right? Because of the COVID. Yeah, what
Yeah.
you say?
I just
That's
said
right,
so.
yes.
Yeah. Exactly. No, it's a different piece now. We have pieces on. Normally, then they're in front of us telling us what to do. They're telling us, stop moving, stop this. This one is totally different. She's like talking to me, and I'm trying to listen to you, and I'm like, okay. But they're not there in front of us pointing and telling us what
We
to
need
do.
to do some cheering fans and stuff.
The show you want to watch is when they put on the bloopers of all of this.
Oh, yeah,
gonna be the
that's
show
gonna
you
be
really want to
awesome.
watch.
They-
Yes.
They
The setups and everything that you'd be like, right on.
They did a program like what he did. Takes an hour to 2 hours to put the program together. They
Time
viewed it in
lapse.
30 seconds. Yeah, time lapse. There you go. Yeah, time lapse. It's pretty cool. The whole place is a garage, and suddenly it's just a whole entire studio.
Let's get back to Roger for a second.
Yeah, straight line.
All right. Okay, so for those of you guys who are on and didn't have that many questions.
There are many questions.
All right. So I was hoping for more questions, but we don't have more questions for you, Roger. But what we do appreciate your info, because that info that you gave was, I think, very, very valuable. I hope that people will take it to heart. People will take it with them. I hope people take it and utilize it. Like you says, it's great to know it, but if you don't do it, it doesn't help. So go out there and strategize with your teams, strategize with some of us. Roger's formula is pretty close to our formula. Form is an acronym for how to reach out to people and actually learn about people. And but Roger has actually not only has he utilized it, he's actually been successful with it, very, very successful at what he's doing right now. A couple key things before we let him last words is that he said a few things. I'm gonna brief back a couple of things. Remember, listening is a key thing. Remember now, being quiet. Listening is important. Being quiet is as important. Also, remember his straight line. That straight line is such a key point. People don't. Even I will veer off like we've been veering off sometimes. Stay on a straight line is really, really crucial. But I am going to finish out by saying my fourth and probably most valuable thing that I wrote down that was important was that he had written it down. He had flyers, or he had signs in his kitchen or in his where he was doing water on his cupboards. Probably you should have those in your bathroom, probably in your bedroom, probably somewhere where you're going to be there at least once a day so that you can actually see it, because visualization is really important. I thank you so much for letting us hear what you do, because you are an amazing individual. Thank you for your family. I know we're not gonna end it here, but thank you. And
Hey, so guys, don't forget now, Waikiki Super Saturday, November 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Hey, if just by chance that this doesn't arise, the hotels don't open up, we will let you guys know. But as we understand so far, everything's still on program, and there is people that are coming still. So even if you have to shift it to, there's other hotels are offering their deals. So that's still going to happen. Waikiki Super Saturday going to happen no matter what. It's going to have something going to happen, and because the speakers still coming. So again, Waikiki Super Saturday, November 13, 14, 15, and 16 is still on. I know Roger there is planning to come out here as long as they can make it here. If they can't, they can't. But if that's because they're in another country, and we'll see how that works. But definitely, I bet you in his heart, he wants to be where?
That's right.
That's right.
I
You
know.
want to be here. And whatever happens, we will make this thing work the best we can.
And those of you guys who are listening to what he said, we might have a special guest here.
Exactly.
His first letter starts with an O.
Exactly. He's offering to be here on a specific date, and so they're asking if on what day. So hey, that's just a hint and clues of what we're due, and whatever happens happens. But we're human, like we talked about in the past. We all can make mistakes, but definitely we're not making these mistakes. Somebody's out there is, but we will put our 100% effort to make that work for us. And with that, we're gonna do something awesome that we started this a week ago or so. You know what? You know, be super awesome. Before we put, I'm gonna prep you right now. We're gonna let you close this program down, Roger, in seconds. But guess what? If he's thinking about that, thank you from me and Jen. We just totally appreciate you. She started yelling in my ear, telling me love you so much. Thank you for all the things you do, the things that you put into our lives, the nights before Wahi Super Saturdays that you're in making things work and making it possible. I know you come far, far away to come here to see this incredible island, but to sit hours in our room trying to figure out, make sure all the computers are up and running. I know for sure our Wahi Super Saturdays will be totally awesome. With you, you make that thing possible. You make it incredibly awesome. So we're telling you thank you. She's yelling in my ear. Tell her thank you. Love you with all our hearts.
Love you.
Hug both of you guys with all our hearts. And so when you close the deal, brother, just
I will.
last word.
And thank you so much, guys. You know, like it's ditto right back at you on everything, and Janice in the background as well. And I know it's scary times right now, and I know America's really getting hit hard right now, but it all comes down to loving each other, respecting each other, respecting our distances. You may not be for a mask or against a mask or whatever the case may be, but there's reasons why other countries are doing really good. And I just hope that you guys within the team respect each other enough to keep everybody safe. And that's the whole key, is we're in this water business for a reason, to love each other, and we have to continue doing that. And whatever the case may be, we have to just continue that cause on. I even have people on my team that I blocked from my Facebook only because I didn't agree with the same Mr. Ashiro foundation of what our company's all about on spreading true health with compassion. And I feel like some people lost their compassion along the way. And I hope, amazing with you guys, you're just going to keep that compassion, and we just keep spreading the word and loving everybody and keeping your immune system fired up. I can't wait. Hopefully I could come. I don't know if the borders are going to be closed, and I don't know if I'll have to be stuck in a hotel room for 2 weeks. You know, I don't want to get to that point because I don't know what the Canadian and American rules are going to be, especially seeing me. They might want to keep me quarantined because it's so hot. But anyways, I love you guys, and I'm just glad and appreciative that I could share what little stuff I know that would help. That's all.
Thank you, thank you.
You're awesome. Love you, brother. Big time.
Sabina, we love you too. Thank you, thank you.
You guys, hugs and kisses to both of you guys.
Yeah.
Can you open up the lines so they can actually say a bye or say hi, or can we get that? Did we get that clear?
Be that, sir.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roger. You were really great.
Thank you.
All
Roger,
right.
thank you so much. Great info. I enjoyed this one again. You guys hit it out of the park. Thanks.
Thank
You
you.
guys have a
Thank
great
you.
evening, afternoon,
Thank
or
you.
whatever it
Thank
is
you.
in your time of the world. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Aloha, guys. Take care.
Loving the mask, Crystal. Loving the mask. That a girl.
awesome, Justin. Thank you,
Hey.
guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Roger. Have a good
Awesome.
night.
You're
Love
welcome.
you guys.
Have a good
Aloha.
Love
night.
you guys. Bye.
Bye, bird.
All good, guys?
Okay.
Thank
you,
you.
Roger.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Night.
Hello.